Alright, we have another quick draft Neon Dynasty. I thought I had enough gold, and there's about 1 day left, so I thought it's pretty good value, isn't it, the quick draft? So let's have one more attempt. My last match, my last draft, I went 6-3 with a blue deck that splashed black and white for a couple of cards. So that was pretty good. So I see a Behold the Unspeakable. I had 2 of those in my previous draft, and this is definitely pretty good. But let's look at this rare here. Put a lore counter on each saga you control. Activate as a sorcery. When he dies, you can get a saga or enchantment creature bounced back to your hand, or you can get a saga from your graveyard back to your hand. So, yeah, it's card advantage. It's got a card. Yeah, it's the utility of putting a lore counter on is quite niche. Still, it's only 2 mana. You get a 1/3. It's a decent blocker. If I was drafting just to try and win and make the best deck, I'd probably go Behold the Unspeakable. I think that's the best card here. Takuchi Silence is pretty good. Colossal Skyturtle, pretty good. 6/5 flying. And it's got a lot of just utility to it. It's really interesting. And you get, of course, 4 uncommons, so you have this as well. Whenever you discard, you can exile it from the graveyard, and you may play it this turn. That's quite nice, isn't it? There's lots of discard effects in this modern age and network terminal, things like that. But I have to say, I'm an incorrigible rare drafter, and I don't have one of these guys, so I'm going to pick that. There is a rule. There's various rules and guidelines for drafts, and the first 5 picks, you just try and pick the best card in the pack, and then after that, you just sort of figure out what you're going to do. If we were trying to build around this guy, we're definitely looking for sagas, ideally in green and white. So we've got this down here, Tales of Master Seshiro. I suppose it's 5 mana. 5/5 haster with vigilance at the end there. That's pretty good. Green removal there. And more green removal as well. We'll go up here to the uncommons. So we've got white removal. Artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. So that really hits a lot of things in this set. You even get a creature if you have an artifact and an enchantment. This guy doesn't count as an artifact or enchantment, unfortunately. So that's a bit meh, such red shrine. So the Colossal Skyturtle we're definitely quite interested in. And you don't even need blue to use the regrowth effect. You can get a card back from your graveyard. That looks like the best card in the pack. Is that one, or maybe Banishing Slash? This puts us deep into green and blue splash. This puts us deep into white. And then this is good as well. basically a pacifism effect for white. When you're in, let's see, there's how many cards are there? There's 15 cards in a pack. So your first 7 picks, you want to think about what cards are going to wheel around. They're going to actually survive in the pack, and you'll get a chance to get a second pick from the same pack. So something like a Bamboo Grove Archer might very well wheel around. So I'm thinking we'll go for an uncommon, and the 2 green on the Skyturtle isn't as difficult as just the double white on the Vanishing Slash, because it's obviously a 6 mana creature. It is it's less of a commitment to green. You have that splash colour as well, so there's that. So I think that's the best card. We're gonna try it out. Just remember that we've got this Saga synergy, also enchantment creature synergy. So that's a Saga, and it's in white. So this is a card I'm not that impressed with. It's not the best removal, but I have seen quite a few scary creatures with mana value 4 or greater, like the 6/5 haste boar. There's also the red haster for 4 mana. I think he's a 3/3 haste, and then he adds a +1/+1 token every time he attacks. So there's quite a few big threats that can take out, but it's probably a dead card quite a lot of the time. You can definitely get run over by small creatures. That's usually I just want to survive the early game, really. I want to build my deck around that and then just get to my value cards later on. We're not thinking of going into a 4th colour. I don't think that's amazing either. Yeah, that's the kind of card that would wheel around. I don't think we're going for that. Okay, that's pretty good. So, +1/+1 when it enters and when it dies. That's pretty good. Okay, I don't think we're going artifacts. Here we go, here's the guy I was talking about. He's a 5/4 trample haste. Yeah, this is pretty good. 4/5. It's an aura. It's not an enchantment creature. We'll just remember that. We'll just keep an eye out for enchantment creatures, because they've got a bit more value, I suppose. Oh, we've seen Tamiyo safekeeping a few times. That's a pretty good card. Right. I would say overall this pack isn't that amazing. I think we're going to go for Fall of Lord Konda. I guess we've got doubts about step 1. Step 2 doesn't seem very useful. because I don't think I've seen. I can't think of control magic in the set that I can think of. There's only all I can think of is the red one, which is they give you back the creature at the end of the turn. So it's it's a dubious card I might not play, but let's grab it anyway, because we want sagas. We'll be able to discard it if it's useless. We'll be able to bring it back if it's really good. Wow, okay. We've got light pores. Interestingly, I've already got 4 light pores. I do not need to pick this guy. And it would mean going into aura enchantments when we actually we're looking at sagas. Just it complicates things a bit, so I think we forget light pores. And we're still thinking about what the best card is. It's a black. That's a good black card. Works with modify. That's an excellent card. That's an enchantment creature as well. It puts us in a 4th colour, which is not ideal. But yeah, Satsuki can actually bring that guy. Oh, he can't bring it back because he gets exiled when he dies. If we discard it, Satsuki can bring it back. I've seen this card getting some use. It is pretty good. I'm just wary of playing too many expensive cards. Oh, there's one of the auras. So you could pick light pores and hope that the favour of Jukai wheels around. I think the best card is Gloomshrieker. And we're just gonna hope for some green mana fixing. Oh, very interesting. We've seen only Cult Anvil. It's a very strong card, I think. But we've also got a second Colossal Skyturtle. We lost one game. We got beaten up by Thundersteel Colossus in the last draft. I like Moonfolk Puzzle Maker though. So I think we get the second Skyturtle. You can't beat a 6/5 flying with Ward 2. There's a late game threat. So that's our first 5 cards, so we'll just stop there and look where we're at. And we've got our late game. We've got 2 Colossal Skyturtles, so that puts us in heavily in green with a blue splash. And then I think everything else is kind of optional. There's a bit of synergy here between these guys. Satsuki can bring back Gloomshrieker, but only if we've discarded it. We can bring back Fall of Lord Konda, which is slightly dubious. It might be really good. It might be a dead card. But let's look at what we've got here. We don't value that one. We're not into artifacts. We've committed to enchantments, I would would say. Befriending the Moths is better than I thought, I would say, and it's a saga, so that gets he gets a tick, I suppose. So just going to remember our main colour's green. So small creatures that are outside green are just going to be hard to play. So Armed Guard Familiar, as good as it is, that it's at a bit of a disadvantage, I would say. It would be easier to place Cyber Trespassers. Now this one. That's quite handy. We're looking for mana fixing cards. We're also looking for sagas. It's not the best saga in the world, but it's all right. Yeah, I'm tempted. I feel like I never have enough mana fixers in the deck. I think we need a mana fixer now. Just in case we don't get anything else. Okay, here we go. That's immediately giving me Ecologist Terrarium. Which is very good to see. Right, there's Era of Enlightenment. That's a fantastic saga. Scry 2, very good. Now Roaring Earth, so it's an enchantment, so you can't bring it back with Satsuki. Roaring Earth just seems powerful. Year of Enlightenment's not bad at all. And there's Ecologist Terrarium as well. Let's give Roaring Earth a try. Now. So that's even more modify. It's similar to Roaring Earth. Do we want to go into red? No, I don't think a fifth colour is a good idea. It's a bit like throwing away a bunch of the cards I've already built up. We actually have a green-blue land. That's very tempting. Season of Renewal's pretty good. That's going to be a 2-for-1. Can we afford to give up Thornwood Falls when it's kind of perfect? So I think we'll take the mana fixes when we can get them. So let's take that. It's another mana fixer, green-black. So it's got another Season of Renewal. We've got another Commune with Spirits. I suppose that can whiff, which can be annoying. I get that's basically just a 2-1, isn't it? It's going to work better in those decks where you're drawing and discarding all the time. Blue decks. I don't think we play it in this deck. The green-black land is very tempting. That's very tempting. Let's take a green-black land whilst we can. Okay. So I think this time we do take the blue creature. We might not play it, but I think it's the strongest card there, or the best. At least it's definitely the best card for my deck. Okay. I don't think this is a Rato Sentinel deck. So we'll try this Tamiyo Safekeeping. So we could get an early creature, or this sort of late game plan. Green can definitely ramp, so I think it might be time to try out Imperial Oath. Probably won't play that, but let's sideboard it. Very, very unlikely to use that. There we go. It's interesting. It's giving us a blue rare. So it lets you bounce. Artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Not bad, and that's instant speed, if I remember correctly. And that's a really good black card. But I'm a rare drafter, so I'm taking that. And it's good for the deck. We've already got 3 ways of bouncing things. Okay, good creature there. Another Saga. Coiling Stalker, small creature. So that's our one of our ramp cards that can mana fix for us. So we've got a couple of dual lands, because it looks like we're playing 4 colours. So that's the land gets 2 mana of any one colour, which is pretty fantastic. We've got 1 Communing with Spirits, so I think we just take the Grafted Growth. I'm going to try and fix our deck. It could wheel around, but I don't think we can. I think something pretty decent and green is going to wheel. So I'm just seeing how greedy am I to take the rare here. We're missing out on a white removal spell. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Story Weave is another thing that can advance sagas. I suppose it also acts as a surprise creature. You Story Weave your Fall of Lord Konda, and suddenly you've got a blocker, a 2/4 blocker. So that kind of goes with my saga theme. But Sunblade Samurai lets me fix my deck for I can get planes. So Story Weave is nice, but we still need a deck full of mana fixing, really. So far, apart from the dual lands, we've got Sunblade Samurai, Commune with Spirits, Grafted Growth. So Repel the Vile jumps out at me. That's probably the best card here. Decent removal spell. Okay, so we could go second Sunblade Samurai. Modern Age is good, but we're not that heavily into blue. This looks like a green and white deck. That's splashing blue, so I don't think we can play Modern Age. I think I'll go ahead and take the second Sunblade Samurai. Greater Tanuki. There we go. This one actually finds... It actually ramps out a land, any basic land. So that's absolutely perfect. That's what we've been looking for. Pretty nice black saga, but we're just splashing black. We can't really play it. We've got the Tanuki. Yeah, more Tanukis, please. If we can get about 3 or 4 of these, that would be fantastic. Okay, Secluded Courtyard. Mana of any colour to cast a creature spell of the chosen type. The only problem is, okay, we do have 8 creatures. So to cast Satsuki, we'd need Human Druid. To cast Skyturtle, we need a turtle. Oh, he's an enchantment creature, by the way, so Satsuki can bring him back from the graveyard, as is Tanuki. So these all work really well with Satsuki. That's nice. And that's a cat beast. So that's just about working as mana fixing, I suppose, but it's a bit dodgy. I suppose we're splashing for the blue for the turtle and the black for the Gloomshrieker, so it's either going to be turtle or cat most of the time. Sometimes it might be druid for that guy. I think, yeah, let's try that. Okay, Imperial Oath, pretty good. We've got one already. Moth Rider Patrol, it's pretty good. I think more creatures. We've only got 8 creatures. Let's get this guy. Cool. So this is the pack that wheeled around, and sure enough, it does have some pretty good green cards. We don't have much in the 2 slots. I think Coiling Stalker's pretty good. That, of course, is an aura, not a saga. So that could be a 3/4 if we're doing much with modify. We're not too bothered about modify. There's a bit of modify, but we're not focused on it. Obviously that guy gives you modify and ninjutsu. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Stalker. Lifelinker or another Commune with spirits. Interesting. I'm okay with the Lifelinker. We need more creatures. It's interesting, so you can bounce your own permanent or modify something and untap it. So, yeah, it's a decent combat trick. Okay, we're not playing, well, we're kind of playing black. Put it in the sideboard. Okay, we have a cool blue creature. Are we going to get to double blue in this deck? Ward 3, 6/6 flyer. When he dies, he can bounce mana value 6. Non-land permanents, mill 6. So you mill yourself and you get 2 instants or sorceries. Okay. No, we're not going to see far beyond the big blue flyer. Let's have a look at this as well. Yeah, I think we can't play that as double blue. Another Secluded Courtyard. I think at the moment we're looking at dropping that. So we have a little recap on our mana fixing. We've got Tanuki, we've got 2 Sunblade Samurai, Grafted Growth, we ignore those only find me planes. So Grafted Growth, Tanuki, Commune, and the Courtyard can. That's 4 ways of getting the mana I need. So yeah, I don't think we play the cheap blue stuff. We're going to take a removal spell here. I don't think we need to prioritise mana fixing anymore. That's white and blue, that's pretty good. We'll only take that if there isn't anything better. Acquisition Octopus. I don't know if we can play Acquisition Octopus, but we will give it a try. Oh, another Skyturtle. I think it's so flexible. I can quite happily run 3 of them as a removal spell there. So, Hex creatures phase out. And of course we're taking that. Greater Tanuki, that's what we wanted to see. There is Uncharted Haven as well, but we're a bit more excited to see Greater Tanuki. Tranquil Cove. I'll take that. Oh, yeah, it's tempting to go Mirror Shell Crab, but white-blue is pretty awesome. Oh, the hot spring is back. We've got another Jungle Hollow. And we've got green removal. Or a white lifelinker. Pretty good defensive card. It's cheap. It's a 2-drop. That's, yeah, they're both enchantment creatures as well. What is this one? It's an artifact synergy card, so it's not for our deck. And I think we're pretty rotten on 2-drops. Yeah, we've got 3 2-drops. That's terrible. And Tanuki costs 3 to channel as well. So I think we have to do a 2-drop. Commune with spirits. Okay, go for the modern age. Probably can't play it though, so I'll just put it there. So we could get another blue-white land, or we could get a 2-drop. Maybe, I think we fixed the mana pretty well here. probably can get a 2-drop. Third, Commune with Spirits, or a removal spell. I think mana fixing's looking good, so let's get removal. Blue-black. Why not? That's the name I've come up with. Bit of a placeholder name, but it'll do. We have to drop 5 cards straight away. What do we drop? Usually drop combat tricks, so that goes. That goes. I think we don't. Yeah, we don't want too much blue, so we'll get rid of that. I feel like that basically works like a fog, but you can trigger all of your own come into play effects, I suppose. Do we have many come into play effects? You can also just kill all of your opponent's tokens. Gloomshrieker, it works with. Okay, yeah, Fall of Lord Konda we think might be a bit iffy, but maybe we should keep it. So I think we don't have much come into play stuff. So I'm saying we drop that. I'd actually say we've got plenty of expensive late game cards, so I think we just drop Imperial Oath. It doesn't have... all it is a 6 mana card. It doesn't have any other... It doesn't have a channel option, so let's drop it. That's great. Right, well, I'm going to think about that and probably make a few more changes, but